You got the sale. Woohoo! The Etsy cha-ching went off. So how do you communicate with your customers and create a seamless customer experience that Etsy wants for you? How do you ask for a review? And what do you do if you have a negative review? Believe it or not, there is a strategy on how to deal with negative reviews, and you may make a big mistake to your store. So stick with me through this, and I'll walk with you through the whole process. Okay, so you've got your sale and you're now ready to communicate with your customer. If you go to the order section where you got your order, there's a little down arrow by their name. There you can message them. It has a little envelope, and you will also notice by pushing the down arrow there is a personal email there as well. The only time you would use their personal email is if there's a problem with the order and you've attempted multiple times to get through to them on Etsy and they are not responding. It's usually because they are a guest on Etsy and are not often on there enough to see the message. So after trying on Etsy first, always try first on Etsy, you can reach out to their personal email and ask them and say, hi, I've been trying to get a hold of you on Etsy to ask you if it's okay to ship this, or explain whatever the problem it is. Maybe you ran out of an item or you accidentally described it wrong. Things happen and you need their permission before you can sell it. You can ask them to please respond to you back in Etsy. The reason I say this is you want to keep all your communication in Etsy for your protection purposes. If there is ever an issue to come up, there's a dialogue that can be referred to on Etsy's side and for you for your protection in case somebody comes against you for some reason. So always keep it in Etsy, but if you really need to find somebody and to pull them back into the Etsy conversation, you can find their email right there. So there's 4 possibilities to communicate with your customer after a sale. If you have a custom order going on, you have actually an excellent opportunity for a possible review. If it's going back and forth about colors or patterns, or I want this or I want that, they may drive you nuts, and I guarantee you throughout this session you are going to have somebody drive you crazy. They may, I don't like this, can I have this differently? And you may be going, oh my gosh, I'm going to say this over and over. Always stay professional, never show your emotion. Answer them quickly, act excited about it even if you aren't, and you're much more likely to get a review. I have found the continual communication with custom orders, they're more likely to give you a review. But some of us do not have that option. We're just selling products, and that's okay. So we're going to talk about the 4 options. I'm going to give you my opinion from my personal selling experience about the best thing that you can do, but it's really personalized and up to you for your business on how you want to set up your communication style with the customer. However, you do need to communicate with them. If at any point, anytime a customer reaches out to you, please be quick to answer them. Do not wait hours. It really will help you potentially, especially if they're straggling between whether to buy or not. It's good for you to answer them quickly, always at all times. So have the Etsy app download. The first opportunity is obviously right after they make the purchase. You would say thank you, and you would say it this way: hi, mention their first name. Thank you so much for buying my product. I can't wait for you to receive it. I will be shipping it in whatever the days are. Look forward to talking to you soon. In all your communications, keep your communication very professional, very succinct, meaning like on point and short, not too wordy, not too begging, just happy, to the point, and short. You do not want to do all 4 of these points I'm mentioning to you because you will bombard the customer. You just need to pick about 2 of these and stick with them. The next option would be right before you ship the package, which is the one I do. I go, hi, Sharon, thanks for buying my wreath today. I'm so excited, or maybe they bought it the other day. Thank you for buying my product. I'm going to be shipping it tomorrow. I can't wait for you to receive it and to hear back from you. The tracking information is in your purchase history, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. The tracking information is also available on your side, which leads me to my third point, that after it's delivered, you can then wait a day or two and ask them again and say, hi, first name, I noticed your item was delivered. I'm wondering if the delivery went okay. Did you receive it? And how did you think of the item? I ask them, how do they think? A lot of people will tell you to send cards with your product that say, please give me a 5-star review if you love it. People sometimes push for reviews throughout the whole process. Do not do that. I only ask for a review at the end. And I only ask it after I know the customer is really happy and my test is saying, hi, how did you like your product? They may not answer at all, and then you just let it go. They may say, I loved your product. At that point, it's all green light to go ask for a review. You would say, hi, customer's name again. I am so glad that you liked my product. In fact, it has really made my day. If you would be willing, would you please give me a review, as it would really help my store. And Etsy, it helps our stores a lot to have great reviews. And then you would lead them to a link, which I'm going to show you in a minute with screen share how to do. You're simply going to put the link there for them to click, and it'll take them right to the review where they can review it. If you don't leave that link, they often get lost in the process of the review and they don't know where to go, and you lose that opportunity. So if they say, I'm super happy, go for it and ask for the review. Again, emphasizing it helps your shop, being short, not too wordy, not too desperate, and be very patient. In my experience, it can take days, even weeks. I've even seen months before they respond. Do not ask the customer for another review after you've asked them once, or they will feel very pushed, and once the customer feels pushed, forget it. So ask them one time. If they don't answer, do not ask them again. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to get the link to send your customers when you're asking for a review. After you thank them so much and ask for the review, you're going to send them the link so they can simply click it and go right to it. Majority of the time, if you ask for a review, they will not get to the link. They will get lost and they won't know how to get to it. So you're going to send them a link that goes directly to them. Now, I know this sounds counterintuitive to do it this way, but it actually works. And I'm going to show you. You simply go to your profile photo in your own Etsy, and you go to Purchases and Reviews. And in here, you are going to simply copy, highlight this bar here, push copy, and you're going to paste that into the link for their review. It's not going to bring them into your store, it's going to bring them into their store reviews. And then you can say scroll down to whatever it is you sold them, and there will be the stars. So make sure you just copy that link right there and paste it, and that will take them directly to where they can give you a review. That's how you do it. It's that simple. However, if they say, I'm not sure, or I'm iffy, or I hate it, this is your opportunity to fix a problem before a disaster happens, and it's a good opportunity to grab them before they give you a bad review. If they don't like it, you have to really go out of your way to fix that. You want to avoid a bad review at all costs. Great reviews highly boost your internal score on Etsy, and really Etsy sales and reviews tells the algorithm to show your product more. It's a huge boost in your internal score, and you really need them. So it's very important that you get those. And it's not good to get a bad review. Your good reviews are social proof to people. It's how they trust you. When they see that you have 5 stars and that you have a good amount of reviews, they're not necessarily looking at all the details. They see numbers and stars. Okay, this person's trustworthy, or this person's popular, and they automatically trust you. If you have no reviews and no followers and no sales, they don't trust you. So you have to have these reviews to get off the ground. And I'm not guaranteeing you that everyone's going to give you one. In fact, if you get even 50%, you've done pretty well. So if they hate it, now you need to go in and say, how can I make this better? You have to choose whether to stand your ground and go through policies. I'm not going to refund you under any circumstance kind of thing. Don't say it that way, but you're going to have to politely talk through your policies and decide if that's the way you go. I bend backwards for my customers. If something's broken, I replace it. I've lost money a few times. I've known I've been taken advantage of sometimes, and if it's a small amount of money, I have let it go. I understand in larger purchases that's not possible, or if you have a very persistent customer that's just belligerent, that may not be possible, but always be trying to fix the problem, whether it's a discount, a coupon, something to meet in the middle. If they've already given you a bad review, it's the same thing. You need to work with them, and often if you work well with them, they'll retract the bad review. They may or may not, but that is your goal. You don't want that bad review. You need to work with them and try to fix the issue. Maybe it's an exchange. It's really, really important. So if it's a technical issue, let's say the customer says, you said, or the customer says, you didn't ship it on time, but you did ship it on time. Well, Etsy has everything time-stamped, so you could actually go to Etsy with that and say, I did ship this on time. They're claiming I didn't ship it on time on the review. Etsy has a discretion whether or not they want to erase a review, and they can erase reviews. Now, they're not going to erase reviews on opinions. If someone says, I hate your item, it's ugly, and they're just brutal, there is absolutely that they're not going to erase that. It has to be a true issue. That's a technical thing that you've explained. It was written before they bought it, and you can prove that it's just wrong technically, and Etsy can decide whether or not to erase it. So it is an option, but you can't do that if you respond. So there's an option to publicly respond to a bad review. Do not respond right away. I don't care if you are boiling hot. Go scream at the trees outside. Go take a shower, whatever you need to do to relax. I know how you feel. Your blood is boiling, and you put a lot into that shipment, and they are a Fruit Loop. I know. I've had some Fruit Loop people. Don't respond immediately to that review. The minute you respond to that review, it is locked in, and there's nothing you can do to take it back. If you want Etsy to intervene for any reason, do not respond to that review. If you're trying to work out something, absolutely do not respond to that review. Give it time. I know you're worried it's sitting right there and you're worried people are going to be afraid. Please give it time to work itself out before you do it. The only time you would give a public review is if you've exhausted all resources and they're just not retracting it. Then you have the opportunity to very politely give a public review to show your other buyers who can kind of discern. If you have a bunch of other 5 stars and there's just one really weird person, you could say, I'm so sorry, we're dissatisfied with my customer satisfaction, which is why I reached out to you immediately and tried to solve it in these ways. I'm still open to fixing it if we can. The whole thing is when you respond, you have to sound, again, very, very professional. As buyers are looking at you and you're responding in a negative, angry, defensive way, which I have seen on Etsy, like you are crazy or I never did that, very defensive or aggressive, I'm telling you that is a huge mistake because buyers are judging you. They don't know that the person that brought your product is a crazy person. They may not all be crazy. It may be a legit issue, but let's just say they're a really crazy person. They don't know that. All they see is your response. And if they see that you're professional and kind and you have other 5-star reviews, they may just say, okay, that's just one weird person. If you have a pattern of bad reviews, that's a different story. That's a bad thing. Something really needs to be fixed, and that's really going to hurt your store. So I can't emphasize enough here that every communication with your customer is succinct, professional. I don't care how crazy they are. Always be kind and professional and courteous and do all you can to make your customers happy. That is just how Etsy works. So that's how you would deal with the bad review. And you would only respond publicly as your last resort after you've tried to work it out with the customer. Often you can work it out, and I've seen them retract and give 5 stars. I'm not saying that always happens, but it can. And just know, a lot of the times they may never respond to you and get back to you. If they like it, let it go. It may take them weeks to review it, let it go. Once you've asked for the review, that's all you can do, and I'm going to show you and screen share with you how to do the link. The other thing I wanted to share with you is if you're doing a digital download, keep close eye on the little words by their name that says not downloaded. Give it a while, give them time, because they may be at work. But if you notice a pattern as you're going through orders that it's still not downloaded, you'll want to email them in Etsy and say, I noticed your product wasn't downloaded. Can I help you find it? Sometimes they can't access it well because it needs to be like from a computer. They would go under their profile photo picture and go to my purchases and reviews and go find the book or upload, and they need to download it that way. But often people can't find it because they don't have a computer. So at that point you may need to offer to email it to them. You want to make sure they receive the product. So when it comes to digital downloads, like I have an ebook, some people had a hard time getting it because they didn't have a computer. Then just offer to email it to them to make sure that they receive that item. Other than that, that is the review process and how you keep a seamless customer service experience. If you have any questions for me or comments or suggestions regarding this issue, please feel free to post them below. I also have a PDF that goes through all this and actually types out a response. It's an overview of the entire Etsy process. Etsy SEO, how to optimize your entire store, communication, reviews, advertising, marketing, banners, logos, you name it, it's in there, and it's at a very affordable price. I will put the link below for you if you would like to buy that. And upon application, I have a free coaching Etsy group where I do a ton of free tutorials, SEO tutorials. If you're interested in that or coaching, I will also put that below. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you like this, and push the notification bell, and it will let you know when I have new upcoming videos. I'm adding a bunch of e-commerce tools and especially Etsy tutorials for new beginners on how to start, and you're going to be seeing more and more videos coming soon. So I hope this was helpful in communicating with your customers. Have a blessed day.